And we are not.
Welcome to Salaam Nerds Podcast. We do reviews and recaps of your favorite TV shows, movies, and current events.
Yo, it's the Salaam Nerds. My name is Steve, a.k.a. Watch Me Beat. I'm here, my boy Chad.
We drop live episodes on YouTube on Sundays, Tuesdays, and Wednesdays at 10:30 p.m. Eastern. Thank you to all our supporters. Please help us by subscribing and leaving a good review on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. All episodes can also be found everywhere podcasts are found.
Yo, Salaam Nerds. It's your boy Neebs, aka Watch with Neebs, and I'm here with my co-host Jazz, aka DJ. We built this city. We built this city on rock and roll. Dude, those kids were so terrible.
What?
Those kids were so terrible when they had to sing that in front of Kingpin.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh man. But the director said that these kids were actually too good. They had to do it over and over again to get them to sing bad because they were actually good singers.
Oh, that's funny.
So they were it's actually very difficult to get them to sing like off key and stuff because they were actually like good singers.
It's very hard to do that. Like if you're good, it's like muscle memory. You're just so used to it.
Yeah, that's why it's so funny when you see like Sabrina Carpenter or Ariana Grande on those SNL skits where they're singing like off key because they're like good and they have to like purposely do it the wrong way, and I feel like it's so funny to me sometimes.
Yeah, they have to try very hard to do that.
Yeah. Well, listen, guys, we are doing our Daredevil episodes, episode 4, 5, 6, and 7. It's been a while, so we're doing it in a group. They tricked us. They did 2 episodes. They dropped 2 episodes at a time, so it kind of threw off our whole thing. That was super random. But we are here. We are back, and now we're going to do our 4 episodes. And joining us, as always, is our dear friend, Razi, the man with no fear. Welcome back.
Hey guys, great to see you again. I am here with yet another Funko. We believe Mysterio. It was good times. Yeah. Glad to be here with you guys. As always, talking about the man with no fear.
Well, before we talk about the man with no fear, how about we talk about the man with no conscience, Punisher? What an episode. What a return.
What a return.
I love how
Yes.
Yeah, I love how Matt Murdock just I'm just gonna walk through this little park and this little alleyway, go up these stairs, go down this hallway, and boom, he's there. I was like,
yeah,
what?
Like, did he give him his forwarding address when he left? And just how you get here? Like, how did Matt know?
He
was the super
walked.
Yeah, he can smell Frank from anywhere from Hell's Kitchen.
I mean, with the way he's living, I would not be surprised.
Yo, the years have been tough on our guy Frank. It's been 9 years. He has not been doing too well.
Nope.
But it was good to see the back and forth that they had. I thought was really good, and I was like, yes, this is Daredevil. This is what I remember. I love their dialogue and them going back and forth on what's right, what's wrong, and bringing up Foggy. And oh man, it was great acting. It was good television. What are your thoughts, guys? Rosie?
Yeah, I loved it. I mean, he called him Red, just like back in the show, and just how he's in the comics. And he leaned in the Catholic guilt, but I think he was really just trying to let Matt just get these emotions to the surface that he's been suppressing for so long. And I mean, you saw him just kind of burst into tears. I did wonder if he was gonna if they were gonna embrace one another because they've gone through a lot together.
I don't see Frank doing that.
But yeah, exactly. Yeah, definitely not Frank.
But I feel like in your defense, Matt could have used a hug.
He could have.
I
would have. Yes, I'm the hugger. I would have definitely given him a hug, and I know Jazz and Neebs would have too.
Yeah,
100%, no question. For sure, I would have.
Oh man, that's good. The only thing that I wanted more from that scene was they only skimmed the whole fanboy bullshit thing about all the cops being Punisher fans and being like fanboys of his, and him not like, obviously Frank doesn't like these cops. He's not about it, and like I thought they would talk about that a little bit more, lean into it, but they really didn't give us much. It was mostly surface level of him not being super into it. It reminds me of like the difference between me and you is I'm not wearing hockey pads, like from The Dark Knight. Like that's what it gave me, where it didn't like go into the nuance of it, which I was kind of hoping it was, but it was like, I guess they were like, hey, the people that got it. We don't need to spoon feed it to you, maybe. So I respect that, but I purposely would have liked it to be a little bit more on the nose, just so the people that they're actually trying to make fun of understand they're being made fun of.
Bro, they don't want to get the show canceled. Not in this environment.
Yeah.
Not in Trump's 2025 DEI list, what you call it, universe.
No comment.
Yeah. I think the title is kind of a giveaway, right? I think so. Is Sic Semper Systemis, and it's a play on Sic Semper Tyrannis, which is I think the Marine Corps motto, and which means thus always to the tyrants. So for this, it would be thus always to the system. And I think that he kept talking. So Frank kept talking to Matt about, you're always about the system. You're always about the system. You trust the system too much. So I think like, yes, the police part was definitely, the fanboys were definitely like a very small sliver, but I think he was kind of talking about it within the larger framework of the system, which Frank has always been opposed to, which he doesn't trust because he's been totally screwed and, chewed and eaten alive by the system and thrown back to the wolves by the system.
Fair. Jazz, what are your thoughts? Oh, Jazz disappeared.
Jazz disappeared. That's what he thinks.
Okay. Fair. The other thing that I really liked in this episode, in terms of Matt, was that we got to see him with another one of his clients, and you get to see him talk to the guy, and he's like, listen, man, yeah, it's my third strike, but like, what am I supposed to do? Like, he's been put in this position. He was like, listen, the most I could do for you is this. But you could see him being a really good lawyer and then going in and rizzing up this girl from Latvia, which also a lot of Latvia references in this episode, a lot of Doom.
So I had to look that up. I was like, is it Latvia or Latveria? I mean, Latveria I think is the Doom's country, but Latvia I think is an actual country. But yeah,
so I mean, which one are they referencing here?
I feel like Doom's country, because like I think they're trying to build up towards it.
Yeah. Because there was like a Latvia like a heritage festival happening, and then there's also like the thing happening with this woman who's from there. I don't know. I feel like they are referencing that.
Yeah. The real world nation is Latvia. But the fake one, the Doom one, is Latveria.
And I think they said Latveria.
Yeah, but it is confusing because
did they say Latveria?
Did I hear it?
Did they?
Yeah, I was like, did I hear it? Yeah.
Maybe, I don't know. Maybe I'm confusing it. But like,
typically do.
If they're using the real country and not the Doom country, then that's just a random thing they put in there, and I feel like it could be confusing. Like, why would you confuse your audience like that?
And missed opportunity too.
Yeah.
All right. You want to give those little breadcrumbs, don't you? So.
But you're right. I haven't seen anyone mention that. I guess I just assumed that it was the Doom's country. Maybe I didn't hear it, or maybe I wanted to believe so much that I just.
Yeah, that's how I was.
Accepted it as fact. I did like how that guy was like, "Hey, what if it wasn't me? What if it was the Skrulls?" So like they finally mentioned the worst show in the MCU.
It was so great. I loved it.
10 out of 10. I loved it because like he's not wrong per se. What if it was a Skrull?
Yeah. But bro, dude, Matt has some riz. He is the sluttiest superhero in all of Marvel.
Bro, No question. I mean, we saw She-Hulk, right?
Yeah, but he's got a girl and he's still like rizzing up this like lawyer, and it works. She gives him whatever he wants.
Totally. Yeah, I mean, I think when they were going through the negotiations,
Yeah.
and trying to reduce the sentencing, I mean, I thought it was interesting. Like, I hadn't seen something like that in a show before.
Yeah.
I'm not as familiar with criminal law, but I think is quite interesting. And I think also, yeah, certainly there are always going to be like big firms that take on pro bono cases.
Yeah.
So this kind of seemed like they were doing that, and they're just recruiting a number of attorneys to help out with pro bono work.
That makes sense. Yeah. All right. The other thing that I thought was really interesting was everything that's happening with Fisk. And it seems like at the end of the episode, we find out that he actually has Adam locked up and has been torturing him. And it's funny because like this episode and the other episode, you kind of see Matt like thinking about going back to Daredevil, but then it's like, nah. And then you see Fisk having him captured and thinking about like him going back to what he usually does. And I think it's really interesting because they're both basically about to have a relapse in this episode. What are your thoughts about
Wonder
that?
what's gonna happen in a couple of episodes then, huh?
Well, since we're discussing episodes 4 through 7, I guess we can spoil it and say that, yeah, he beats the shit out of him, and then Matt puts the mask back on. So this is kind of like a great segue into that. But speaking of which, how about the introduction of Angela? That's exciting. So like, I felt really bad because we said this in the episode. If you haven't watched our episode, watch the episode before that we have for Daredevil episode 1 through 3. I think it's episode 678. We talk about how it kind of felt almost disrespectful to the Latino community to show their first Latino superhero and have him die in such such a quick way. And we were like, well, maybe they're going to use that to introduce his niece as the White Tiger. And it looks like that's what they're doing with Angela because they show the necklace, they still have it. And then Angela is in this episode, and you see her being investigative and trying to find out about these murders and have that curiosity. And later on, we find out what happens to her. But I'm really hopeful that we get to see this character and have her take on the mantle.
I cannot wait to see that. What else? Doesn't this also tie into Young Avengers or no?
It could. We don't know. We have no idea what's in Young Avengers.
Yeah.
Right. If they do bring White Tiger, the Angela version of White Tiger, I can totally see that flowing in. And we know in the new big Marvel movie that it's going to be everybody. Young Avengers, like Thunderbolts.
Yeah,
Guardians,
I mean,
like just everybody. X-Men. I mean, jeez.
It's going to be a lot. There's a lot of X-Men there for sure. I don't know if they're going to do the Young Avengers because I hear the Young Avengers are getting their own movie, so they might want to keep it separate. But you might be right because there was a rumor that Miss Marvel would be in Avengers Doomsday, so she might have a little bit of a cameo. But speaking of Miss Marvel, why not just segue into the next episode with Yusuf Khan?
Okay. Yusuf Khan.
This was kind of fun, but like low key, as a Muslim.
Low key or low key?
Loki. That was my name on when we played what was
Among
that
Us?
game? Among Us, yeah. My name was Loki the entire time.
I remember. But as a Muslim, it's mad sus that they made Yusuf a person who loans out money, which is technically haram in Islam. Because usury is like forbidden. So he's literally charging people interest on loans.
Bro, it's a job. That's not him doing it.
I guess he's working within the system and stuff. But
There are Muslim bankers, though.
There are.
Who knows? Maybe that New York Mutual whatever offers Sharia compliant stuff. You don't know.
We don't know. We don't know.
I mean, the episode is called With Interest, so I mean, let's be real.
Okay.
First of all, in my opinion, the Sharia compliance ones are also kind of BS. I feel like it's just the same thing
Riba. They should have just called it With Riba.
with the riba. But we're gonna let it slide because it's a fictional country and the money is fictional, therefore it's not haram.
I love how even
Okay.
though it's fake, we like to still judge.
I know.
I love it. Yeah.
We're so
New York Mutual is totally fake and not based on a real bank at all.
No, it's not at all. First of all, didn't they say they had no money in that bank? It's just like people's stuff in there.
Yeah, safe deposit boxes. Yeah.
Safe deposit boxes. But yeah, it was cool. We did get to see a Kamala reference.
Oh yeah.
I did think they went a little too hard with the Kamala reference because I'm like, Yusuf, you don't need to keep bringing up Kamala. You have another child. he may be in.
No, he doesn't.
I was like, that's why your other child is in Deli Boys right now committing crimes.
I mean, it's good like product placement for Funko. I mean, look at the the back here, right? Like,
Yeah.
and here we have this custom Funko of.
Sure,
Come
people
on,
are gonna want
it's
that
Marvel.
exact Funko now. That exact
man, it's
Funko is
dope.
gonna have more value.
Yeah, totally.
But she's in California right now. What is she doing in California? Who else is in
Oh,
California?
knows?
Kate
What's going
Bishop, maybe.
No quiet.
Wait, who's?
Summit?
The superhero that's in California is Ant-Man's daughter. So we already know
yes.
we already know she got Kate Bishop. She met her up in New York, which
That's
is
right.
just across the river. So
Yeah.
And then she also mentioned that Ant-Man had a daughter. So they're probably going to California to recruit Ant-Man's daughter.
Totally. Yeah. Road trip.
Road
Maybe
trip.
we'll see
Yeah,
road
Young
trip
Avengers.
in
I told you.
Also, like her
Calling it.
dad, so chill with her going to California by herself.
No, yeah.
Yeah, that's not real.
That's-
Definitely not uncle.
I mean, to be fair, she did
Definitely
go to
fantasy.
space. She did go to space by herself in the last movie.
I still don't believe it.
Yeah. Correct.
Man.
It's not real.
Yeah. As long as she came back by curfew, then it was okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
complete
I
fiction.
do like the fact that they're making it more interconnected. People have been complaining like, oh, it doesn't feel connected. It doesn't feel connected. And then when they finally do make it feel connected, they're like, oh, no, not her, not that character. Like
Yeah.
you
Totally.
just want to complain because she's a girl, and that's it.
I loved it. It's
I-
nice, subtle, rough.
Yeah. I thought this episode was so much fun. I really enjoyed this episode.
Yeah.
I thought it was so much fun. Also, preferring Jersey City to Hoboken. Wow, that's a take. That's
That
a
is
Yeah,
hot
what
take.
did you think? I want to know what you think, Neve,
hot
especially. Yes.
No, Hoboken is nicer. I'm sorry, Hoboken is so much nicer. But it depends where in Jersey City. There's some really bad parts. Of Jersey City, but there's also some nice parts of Jersey City. Exchange Place, Grove Street. They got some nice spots in Jersey City.
Nice.
But no, Hoboken is better. But Hoboken is also overrated. So I don't know. Maybe Jersey City is coming up. Who knows?
You need some
Edgewater.
more Miss Marvel
Spot.
murals around town.
Yeah, we do. But yeah, I like that. This was a fun episode. I really love this like bank heist being incognito. Like it was so much fun. Also, like Charlie Cox had an Irish accent, but then he does the
Yeah.
Daredevil voice, and he does the Daredevil voice. I'm sorry, he does the Matt Murdock voice with an Irish accent, but it's not his Irish accent. It's
Correct.
that's so hard. It's such
I
a
love
hard
it.
thing to do.
Yeah. It's like Inception of accents.
Yeah. Like
Yeah, that's like next level for voice acting.
Talented.
Yeah, he really is. Yeah, I mean, he had an Irish accent in Boardwalk Empire too, right? That's how I was. We were all introduced to him. He was amazing.
Boardwalk
Amazing.
Empire, also in Jersey.
Badass.
Also in Jersey.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, no, I thought that was good. The other thing is when the guy he was like, you're blind and you're an orphan? You're like a Charles
Yeah.
character.
That was so funny.
That was so great. I was like, it's like the patron saint for
Yeah.
Irish.
And it was St. Patrick's Day. Like it was just all coming together. I thought that was so funny. And then when Yusuf Khan was asking him about like, oh yeah, your mom and dad, he's like, yeah, my dad died when I was young. Oh, what about your mom? Like, yeah, she left me at an orphanage. I didn't really get to know her until like much later on. So like, and like if you don't remember, we find out that the nun who raised Matt Murdock turned out to actually be his mother. He just didn't know it,
Yeah.
which is crazy.
Really tragic.
That was really tragic. That was a very dark season. I remember that. That was crazy.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was a cute episode. It was really fun. I liked the heist. I liked him cracking the bank open. I liked the little the Dark Knight bank robbing twist where they turn into cops and stuff like that. Like I thought that was done really, really well. It was a good episode. And Matt still being able to find him and beat the crap out of the person. And then bring back the diamond and put it in Yusuf's candy bar, like candy jar. Great fun episode. Really gets you to like, understand the psyche of like Matt and how he thinks and how he still helps the little people. Cool cameo by Yusuf Khan. Also, I love the fact that he's like, come over for dinner. We'll figure out this loan situation. We'll find an interesting way to make it happen.
Yeah, we'll get the revenue up. Yeah, it was good.
Yeah, we'll register you as a 501c or something.
I mean, at this point, he should be a 501c3 with the way
charity
they're operating. Yeah.
These pro bono cases that he does, he might as well be.
Yeah, practically a charity.
But then the next episode,
Oof,
man, the fact that he goes like, well, he finds out that Angela is basically trapped somewhere. He has to go find her, and he's like, you know what? Fuck it. Like,
he literally says "fuck it." Yeah, like
that's probably the first time I've seen "fuck it" in a Disney Plus show. Like, just fuck it. And then he goes and breaks out his thing, and then he goes to fight Muse. First time seeing Muse and him getting into a fight, and I felt like, oh man, this has like the grittiness of the Netflix show fighting style,
Totally.
but also a little bit of like the Disney Plus flair, like him throwing the sticks and having them bounce around and being more agile and stuff like that, which is cool. Also, remember when I complained in the last episode about how I don't love the gymnastics and him like grappling hooks and stuff like that? The creator and the showrunner and writer of the season 1 of Daredevil was like, the only reason we didn't do that is we didn't have the budget for it.
Wow.
Oh.
He said he would have like, if we had a choice, we would have done that too.
Wow.
Oh.
So I guess not.
I mean, I thought it was okay, man. Like, it wasn't like egregious. It wasn't overdone. It's like, oh, a 2-second scene.
Yeah.
It's like, gritty. It is a gritty fight scenes, and that's what we loved about the original.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I thought the fight scene with him and Muse was really good. Very realistic kind of fighting. Still having to save Angela, and then he gets away. I thought that was really good. What do you guys think of the fight scene between Muse and Daredevil?
I was kind of surprised at how many times he got hit.
Yeah, he's getting hit quite a bit. Yeah.
Because, like, I didn't think Muse was that good of a fighter. Like, he's...
Bro, the Taekwondo champion.
I know, but still, like, this dude was taking on, like, enhanced Deadshot and, like, all these other enemies. And then...
He's a little rusty. It's been 9 years, right? It's been 7 years or something like that, or 9 years.
I guess, but, like...
It has? Is that the time span between... Okay.
I thought it was, like, 2 years.
Yeah, I thought it was...
No, it's a couple of years.
Okay.
I mean, in IRL, it's been 9 years. And then Infinity War happened, and the snap happened, and that was 5 years. They moved forward. So, yeah, I would say that.
They haven't addressed the snap. So,
yeah. So, that's it. Another cameo, the sword guy, swordsman. Little random cameo. He was in a meeting with...
Wait, no, it's only been a year, dude.
No, that can't be.
Foggy's death takes place in late October 2025, 3 months after he slept with She-Hulk.
Ha!
Yeah,
and the rest of episode 1 takes place in late October, early November 2026, right after Agatha, and just as Fisk is elected mayor.
Got it.
You're right. I'm thinking about 9 years is from the last episode of the Netflix Daredevil show.
Yes.
But there's nothing to suggest he stopped. So I thought Foggy's death happened right after the Netflix show, but that's not right. Foggy's death just happened in the beginning of this episode. So it's only been a year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Correct.
So he was still being Daredevil the whole time between what you call it, Netflix and the whole
Correct.
Foggy incident.
Yes.
So you're right.
Yeah.
You're right. I was wrong.
Yes.
You're right. That makes sense. So he's not that rusty. Yeah, maybe he shouldn't have
Yeah.
taken so many shots.
I mean, but he was practicing with that with kind of like new like ninja, like shinobi, like kind of weapons.
Yeah.
Pretty dope. So I mean, I thought that was pretty cool. And he's like definitely more brutal and vicious than he was previously. It wasn't just, you know, not the Night Six. What are they called? I forgot what the names are. But anyway, his
little
standard
batons.
weapons. Yeah.
I know that.
Nunchucks?
No, I don't think they're nunchucks. They're just batons.
Oh yeah. Night Six. That's
Night
what they're
Six.
called.
Yeah.
The Billy Clubs. Billy Clubs.
Billy clubs.
Is that what it is? Really?
Yeah, that's what they're called. Yeah, they're called like they are batons, but like they go by
Billy clubs because like it's an Irish thing. Like Irish cops in Boston used to carry Billy clubs, so
Billy
he's
clubs.
Irish. So I guess that makes sense. I never put that together, but yeah, I guess that's why he uses them. Huh, interesting.
Whatever.
But again, the swordsman, we get to see him in a video of BB's reels and whatever, and then we see him in his real face when he was talking to Fisk, and everyone's like shitting on Fisk. They're like, listen, you might think you're this big time developer, but we know what you're really after. We know why you want to build this thing. You're not trying to create jobs, not trying to create this great place. This is where all your shady stuff happens, and we see right through you. And everyone like you may be the mayor, but like you don't control shit. The 1% control shit. You need to recognize. And I was like, ooh, a little too close to home here.
Yeah,
It's very accurate.
Right?
Imitating real life. Yeah, no, it's a little too scary for reality.
Thought that was funny. But he does end up saving Angela. Also, like when Muse is like painting and these two girls come up to him for a selfie, that's straight out of the comics. Like that is panel for panel out of the comic, except like he was making a Punisher logo or whatever. But yeah, that was really cool. Also, we haven't seen Punisher again. Like I thought he would be in more episodes, but maybe just
he'll come back. I'm sure he'll come back, dude.
I think he will. Like I think the next couple episodes.
He has to come back because it's Task Force. What you call it, Fist has put together in the next episode is a big part of the show now, because now that Daredevil's back and he knows Daredevil's back, he's mad. He's got this task force going out and hunting vigilantes.
Yeah.
How do you guys feel
I
about
like the task force. I actually like the task force.
You do like the task force. The AVTF, the anti-vigilante task force.
The A team, as I like to call them. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very much like the comics. You would 100% have this, whether it be Harry Osborn or Wilson Fisk as mayor of New York. Like this, totally out of the comics. You definitely have this. Whether you have some enhanced individuals kind of mixed in there, I don't know. I feel like you probably would like try to either even score or have certain weapons that will kind of mess with the enhance. I mean, you'd see like in the X-Men comics, it happens all the time, right? The X gene kind of like suppressor or things like that. So I was wondering if they'd kind of go with some kind of like,
I don't
maybe
think
Kree
so.
weapon or whatever. You know what I mean?
I don't think so because, and I only say this because majority of the people that they're going after seem to be just normal people. Like Muse doesn't have power, Daredevil doesn't have superpowers that much. Sure. Like the task force could take them, right? If there were enough of them. So since they're like ground level heroes, I don't feel like that's what's happening.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
But we'll see.
For now.
But I did like the therapist scene with Dr. Glenn, Heather Glenn, and Muse. And you see in real time, she's noticing what's happening, and she's talking to him at the therapist, but on one eye, she's got tears coming out. And I'm just like, that's good acting. That was solid. I was like, this is so good right now, and I feel so much anxiety about what's going to happen. And then he starts having a nosebleed, and then he paints the mask with the on the.
It's
so good. Or what do you thoughts about the psychiatry scene?
Yeah, I feel like my sister needs to watch that. She's going into that field, but it was pretty dope, and it was, like one of the things throughout this series, like, and we were talking about this earlier on, is like just like the momentum and the build up, like it is coming to a crescendo where the next 2 episodes are gonna be like absolute bananas. Like we think things are like the stakes are so high right now, and just kind of building up to like a serial killer like killing 60 people and like painting with your blood. I mean,
Yeah.
it's scary stuff. I do like, I wish the reveal for Muse was more like the comics, and the reveal on like the paintings was more like the comics, where Daredevil showed up to a crime scene and it was like all like a mural of blood only, and it was all red. And he showed up and he's like, "What is this? Like, I'm smelling different scents. This is like, this isn't
Yeah.
paint. This isn't really blood, but it smells like blood, but it's not one person's blood." And then he's like, "Oh my God, there's like hundreds of people's blood
Yeah.
that's splattered." So that, I kind of like that a little better than like people telling Matt, "Oh, this is what's happening." You know what I mean?
Just some random sanitation guy be like, you know what? I figured out
Yeah,
that it was blood.
Yep. But the eyes part, like that's definitely straight out of the comics, and
Yeah.
even like Muse's reveal, I think he's in human, right? So
Yeah.
The reason why I'm okay with the reveal through the sanitation worker, if you showed that scene to, technically, I guess this is not for kids, but like if a kid was watching it, like how do you portray that in a mentally healthy way? Like that is some dark shit.
super dark.
Like I don't know how Matt Murdock would be able to handle that. Like
Totally. Yeah. I mean, even like people hearing that Muse is even gonna be on the show, and we're like, how are they gonna do this without like traumatizing the viewers?
Right. That was my first thought when I heard about this. I'm like, oh no.
Yeah.
That's crazy. But now that like Muse is dead, also shout out to Dr. Glenn shooting Muse with a whole gash in her freaking wrist. I thought that was pretty cool. Also, the fight was really good too, because I feel like there was so much chaos happening in that fight scene, and so much blood. It was crazy to see that, and you see like almost like a painting of him bloody on the floor. Very cool artistically. I thought that was really cool, and I thought the fight scene was pretty great too.
Yeah, and those 5 gunshots, like just precision.
Boom, boom. Yeah,
I'm so surprised she didn't miss at all in that. Like, like guns have recoil, but she was like, nope, I'm on target here.
I believe she said she used to work in the Bronx, so.
But still, like,
yeah, no, that's fine. And the other thing that's kind of happening in the background is this whole side plot with Vanessa.
Yeah.
Right. So like she knows that he has Adam basically, because he's like, yeah, we've had some words when I was a boy. Like him in therapy, talking about when he was a boy and all that stuff. And you see this whole thing with Vanessa, and you're like, Vanessa is going around his back and doing stuff. And also, people are telling her, like, hey, we liked it better when you were the boss. So, like, yeah, we used to pay dues and do that stuff, but it was worth it back then. It's not worth it now. Kingpin's like, yeah, you have to pay $2.5 billion to like this random guy or whatever, and they're like, why are we doing this? You're not running shit here. And they prefer Vanessa, and then we see someone go out and do a hit on Fisk, and they just leave it open-ended. You don't know if Vanessa set up the hitman, or is Vanessa setting up Wilson, or if Wilson knows Vanessa set him up. Like, it's all like random at this point, and I don't think we'll find out. I think like the show is like, yeah, we're not even going to tell you. I think we're just going to leave it this way. I don't know. What do you guys?
Accurate. Yeah. I think that they want to reveal it later on, and so we'll see what. And also, it kind of corresponds with the tension between Vanessa and Wilson in the therapy sessions. So
yeah. I've always said this from the beginning. Vanessa is the kind of woman we all need in our lives.
An art dealer whose really side business is laundering money and killing people.
A queen pin.
A queen pin.
Yeah. Why not?
Yeah, okay. I don't know about that. I don't know about that.
I'm totally down with it. But anyways, I don't. I truly believe this was set up, and Vanessa and Fisk were in on it, and they knew exactly how it's gonna go. I think this is her way of asking for forgiveness, in a way. Like, hey, I know we've had our rough patches in the past. I am
Why would
still
she
with
be
you.
asking for forgiveness though? What did she do?
She cheated.
Oh yeah, that's right.
I don't think
forgot
she has
that.
any remorse, dude. I don't think she
Yeah.
has any remorse whatsoever.
Kingpin doesn't
No,
care.
I don't
bro.
think she has remorse, but I think this is just like her, like saying, hey, let's just bury the hatchet and move on.
Kingpin is so in love with Vanessa in every single multiverse that like she could cheat on
Yeah.
him and he'd still be like, "I love you, Vanessa."
I respect
When I
it.
was a boy, I
That
loved
was
you.
Yeah, right.
I respect it.
I don't know, dude. I kind of disagree. I think she's trying to clear the field. I think like she knows that these other gang leaders are becoming a problem, and
Yeah.
it's kind of mucking up his role as mayor and keeping the city safe. So she's like, well, let me just eliminate the competition. So only like threat posed is going to be me, the
Yeah.
Queenpin. So I think it's. I know we'll find out more in the next two
Yeah.
episodes.
These are all theories,
Yeah.
obviously. Like, yeah.
Honestly,
totally,
like I
totally,
feel
totally.
like even if Vanessa did put out a hit, Kingpin would be like, "Fair enough. I still love you. Let's still work."
Yeah. I like how all three have different perspectives on this, but it all comes back to the same thing.
I
Fisk
feel-
loves Vanessa.
When I was a boy.
we all agree that like Wilson Fisk is the biggest simp in all of MCU.
Yup.
Yes.
The most dangerous man in all of MCU, but he's also the biggest simp.
When I was a boy, I was a simp.
I love it.
The city.
Yeah, that's. The other thing I wanted to talk about, and these are two characters I find very, very interesting. They get very little screen time. Is the two assistant that Fisk have? The one guy who shoots the guy, super chill, and he's like very calm, and the other younger kid who's just like trying to come up and making mistakes, and Fisk likes something in him, and then now he's using BB to their advantage and saying, hey, you don't have a choice. Remember when you screwed me? Now it's my time to screw you. And you could see these two characters developing, growing, and becoming more prominent in this series. I am very curious about how that's going to play out because, like, first I was thinking, is one of them Alistair Smythe? Like in the Spider-Man show, Kingpin has an assistant that is like very popular, and he turned into like Spider Slayer or something like that. But I don't think that any of them are that. I don't think we see that character yet. But they are like very interesting characters to me, and I'm trying to see if they develop into more prominent figures, or are they just made up and then they're gonna just die.
We'll see. But like,
Yeah.
Buck is a really, really cool character, man. Like,
Yeah.
I really do like the way he's always Fisk's right-hand man and willing to do all the dirty work that's needed to get done. Even like in the Five Families meeting, he just shows up. He's like, yo, we're back. He's here. Get your shit figured out. And like, he has an aura of his own, honestly.
Yeah.
He's like the James Wesley of right? Buck
I
is
think
like
it's just due to the actor. I think the actor's just good.
Yeah.
He's just
Yeah,
like
that's true,
got
yeah.
he just got an aura, and you just give him any character and he'll make it cool. He's like one of those guys.
Yeah.
That's what I think. All right. That's really all I had. Do you guys have anything that we did not talk about or did not touch?
I just want to glaze Buck a bit more. When what's his face walked in and he pulled the gun out, and then Buck was like from the shadows, boom, double tapped him right in the head, like just perfection.
Watch him be like Bullseye's cousin.
Oh, they're crazy. Oh, I think Bullseye's coming back for sure.
Yeah, Bullseye definitely.
Bullseye, I think Frank, I think it's Bullseye, Punisher, Kingpin, Daredevil. Like, bro, that's gonna be some amazing scenes, some fighting, all of the things.
I've heard rumors back when they were filming, not now, but back when they were filming, that Jessica Jones was spotted.
Yo,
So like when this like, so
Jeez.
I have a feeling that like whenever this like anti vigilante task force starts getting like really popping off, we're going to see some cameos from other
Really?
stars. We're probably going to see like Jessica Jones getting taken in by the vigilante force,
Luke Cage.
Luke Cage, maybe probably not Iron Fist.
Yeah, probably not.
I'd be
Cage.
very happy if they brought back Luke Cage. He was one of my
Yeah,
favorites.
I
Yeah.
love Luke Cage. That actor was.
I wouldn't
so
be
good.
surprised if we get like a little cameo of these guys. It'd be really cool to see.
It would.
I
I
hope
think
so.
they deserve it too. I
Yeah.
think they've been waiting to be back on and back in the MCU just as
Yeah.
much as Charlie Cox, and they are so deserving of it.
Yeah. So and it'd be cool to see them. I don't know if we'll ever see them in movies though. I feel like majority of them will be in TV shows. And I just found out that the Kingpin cannot be in a movie.
Why?
Some legal stuff. I think because he is technically considered a Spider-Man villain. That he
So
cannot,
Sony owns him?
So yeah, he cannot be in a movie. He can be on the show, but he
That's pretty
cannot be in a movie because he's technically a Spider-Man villain.
Okay, at this point, Disney just needs to buy out Sony. Like,
Yeah, totally. F them.
Sony's so bad, dude. I
They're
can't
so
believe.
awful.
I watched Craven.
Yeah, you're right, man.
I haven't. It took me 7 days, and I still haven't finished it. Like it's so bad. It's one of the worst movies. I cannot get through it. It's so terrible.
yeah.
And then Morbius.
It's
speaks for
Morbin
itself.
time.
Madam Web. What am I missing?
They're all terrible.
I think there was one more. I don't know. The Venom ones, even The Last Dance was terrible. I like the actual like first Venom movie, but it was terrible.
Yeah, no, you're right, man.
Sony, I don't know what you're doing.
I mean, I will give them No Way Home. They did that right.
well, that's because it's joint.
No, that's MCU. No way.
Yeah,
Was
Home.
that MCU?
It's Feige. Yeah, Feige.
You mean
Feige.
Spider Verse? They did Spider Verse.
Yeah, that's right.
He
Yeah.
doesn't even like Spider-Man animations or like Sony animations. So
My theory
Let's-
about why Spider Man, Spider Verse did so well is because they had no faith in it, and they're like, "Yeah, go ahead, do it. We won't bother you. Whatever. We'll
Just be creative. Yeah.
just
yeah.
be like, they just wanted it out so
Right.
they can keep the copyright. So like, as long as you keep making a Spider-Man movie every 2 years, you keep the rights to Spider-Man. That's the goal of these movies. So someone was like, "Oh, I'll make a Miles Morales movie," and they're like, "Yeah, sure, go ahead, do it. We don't care. We just want to keep the rights. We don't care what you do." And then it turned out to be actually really good, and they're like, "Oh crap!" Look what happens when we don't interfere with the creatives.
I know.
They never learned the
Well-
lesson because then Craven happened.
I know, man. It's so crazy. They've been like wanting a Sinister Six movie for like 25 years, and
yeah.
it's never gonna happen, guys. Sorry.
Never.
All right. Well, that's all I got for this episode. If you guys don't have anything else, we can wrap this up.
Cool.
Going
It's
once,
my
going
city.
twice.
It's my city.
We built this city on rock and roll. Well, thank you everybody for joining us. Until next time, guys. Salaam.
Peace.